story blocks.
On Blitz, we have Ansley Moore, junior guard for the Banks County Lady Leopards. Ansley, thank you so much for being on Blitz. So you came from Athens Christian. You already a standout athlete there. You transitioned over here to Banks County. That's a tough assignment for anybody, but what were the biggest adjustments you had to make to the new team, new culture, new school?
Right. So as far as like athletics-wise, the team dynamic was completely different than anything I've been used to. We had a lot bigger team here. At ACS, we only had about 8 players, and really only like 5 or 6 of them got to play. So it was different when we had like 5 in, 5 out during the summer. Like that was completely new to me. And then, yeah, just not playing the whole game early on was like kind of threw me off a little bit because I've only been used to playing the whole time. And then also only playing with those 5 people or those other 4 people. I never had to get used to playing with anybody else or any other time. Like, it was harder for me to build chemistry early on because I only had a few people to play with. Yep. But during this team, I had so many more people that I had to play with. So that was different. And then this school, I mean, ACS was a 1A private school, but it was a lot smaller. So there was a lot more people, like a lot more, I don't know, it was just different. Like the atmosphere, the people, there was just more people. And let's see. I mean, yeah, that's basically all that was different. It was a lot of change, but it was change in the best way, honestly.
Yeah, very good. What makes this? I love watching you play point on this team, and you just you have a knack for just great ball movement and great court vision. But talk about what makes this offense tick. It really helps having a couple of 1,000-point scorers on the
Right. Yeah. When I first started playing with the team, I wanted to like know who each player was offensively and like defensively, like know who they are, what they can do, what they're not so good at, like their strengths and weaknesses. But I genuinely feel so confident passing the ball to anybody at any time and really any place. And earlier in the season, it was hard for me to adjust to that because I was used to playing on a team that was smaller, and so we had to like, oh, well, this is a post, you don't pass the post the ball even if they're open on this area, stuff like that. But with this team, I mean, I passed the ball to Marley like 3 or 4 times last game, and she was like almost on the 3-point line in the corner, but I have confidence in her, not that she's going to shoot it and make it, she can, by the way, but I have confidence that she's going to take care of the ball. And so if there's an open teammate, it makes it so much easier for me to be able to pass the ball whenever there's an open teammate, not even depending on who it is. So like that, and then we have so much chemistry, not just offensively, but defensively, and our defense turns into offense. Like, I mean, you see it in the press, and like we never really ran the 3-man weave drill, but we just do that so well, like pass here, pass back, quick passes, and I mean, even just seeing everybody on our defense translates to our offense really well.
Yeah, that's the key to a great offense right there is the defense. Talk about some of the team and individual goals that y'all set out for this year. Obviously, some that you set out for yourself too.
Right. Okay. So last year, my team made it to the Final Four, so I definitely wanted to not only match that but exceed that this year. And it was different because, you know, new season, new players, new coaches, new everything for me. But we all got little papers and we were assigned like one senior, and we just kind of got together and we wrote out like our goals for each other, like individually, for the team, and even like surpassing just winning and things like that. We did like outcome goals and progress goals, and so that was really helpful for me to like evaluate that, and everybody did it. So it wasn't just like, oh, well, if you want to make goals, you can, but no, everybody had to make goals. And so me and Maggie, actually, I'm pretty sure it was just us, maybe somebody else, but we were like, okay, we want to not just like have a winning record, but we want to be able to play every game as hard as we can. We want to never be able to say, oh, that play, I'm rewatching the film, oh, I took a play off right there. We didn't want to be able to say that. We wanted to be like, yeah, I gave my all, and even if we lost a game, we were like, well, we gave it our all. And so earlier in the season, we struggled with that a little bit, but we got it. We got it down.
Yeah, to have no what ifs, that's a great feeling.
Right, yeah.
Talk about, this is really interesting from your perspective coming in, like you said, with prior experience elsewhere, but was there a moment that you can point to and remember, like, that's when I knew that this team had something special?
I remember two specific ones. The first one was early this summer when we were playing summer ball. I'd never played with any of them before, but we had such a unique chemistry this summer. I remember playing at Lake Point. I can't remember who we played, but it was just like we had no plays, didn't know not a single play, but the way that we would pass the ball and look for each other and transition the ball, even on fast breaks, was just like, I mean, it honestly like felt magical to me as a point guard to not have to work so hard to get to that chemistry point. And then earlier in the season when I came back from cross country, it was lacking because we hadn't played together. But then, what was that game? Oh, I can't remember who we played after Elbert, but the game after Elbert, it was like, I think maybe one of the Christmas tournament games, it was like a switch went off in my head that made me realize that, yeah, we're going to do something. We're going to do something this year.
And you talked about the transition from cross country. Talk about what that's like as an athlete, because you're really good in cross country, one of the top runners in the area. Talk about the difference in the conditioning too from one to the other.
So cross country is more aerobic training versus anaerobic. So anaerobic is the speed, and basketball requires a lot more speed, but also if you don't have any aerobic training, which is the endurance, then you're going to get tired quickly. But at the same time, you can't, like a cross-country runner who runs, let's say, 3 miles at like an 8-minute pace, they can't just go out on a basketball court and sprint up, down, up, down. They're going to be tired. So it's different. But when I run, I also do some sort of speed training to get me ready for basketball, which helps me in cross-country and track and also translates over to basketball. But I can tell tremendously the shape that I'm in compared to other girls who don't run. I mean, it really does help. Yes, it's different, anaerobic versus aerobic, but if I didn't run cross country, I would be like sucking wind out there. So it's very helpful.
Well, congratulations on what's been a great season for you. And I've been pleased in watching how you've been able to gel with the team so well, and can't wait to see what you do from here on out.
Thank you so much.